together before it's too late. Do everything you ever wanted before it's too late. Just get it together. Don't ever look back. This life don't last forever. Don't live on regrets. Don't waste time on looking back. Get it together. Yeah, yeah.
All right, you guys, welcome. The chat is open. Welcome to BVI Pilots. Welcome to Lounging with John. I appreciate you guys. People was asking me. I went through my other email and realized I'd been getting email after email, and was like, oh yeah, it would help if I checked the correct email, wouldn't it? So that's where we're at. Let me message. Tell Brandon Armstrong, hey, if you got a second, you're needed on this server for the live stream. You're included in this.
Sending to Brandon Armstrong.
Send. I gotta see if I can get him, guys. I don't know. It's touch and go with him sometimes. I don't know what he's got going on. I don't know if he's busy. So, if he messages me, then we'll meet up there. I don't know. So, meanwhile, we're gonna go to the simulator here. We're sitting in Indianapolis, by the way. Wind is at 16 knots. Wind gust 0. It's 45 degrees out right now. Blech. Let me check something. I got to go through some settings, and I'm going to talk about that because someone asked if I'd go through that and explain when I set up the 800, which I did, to explain some of them settings and the ones that I got to change. I'm going to do my best.
8 0 2 1 8.
Give me 1 second.
4 conversations and the 8 9 1. I will add Jessica if you need.
Hold on.
Messages messenger close and activate default logo 3:01 p.m. logo Heather D. Frosina. Let me see if I can get out. We are flooded pretty good. Heather D. Frost dictate.
Okay, just let me know.
Send a message. Mail 181,803 unread emails. Double tap to.
Tell Josh, if you're not busy, can you come up on the server? I'm on a live stream, and I can't get a hold of Brandon, so I'll let you come in place of him on the live stream to have a conversation I think you would enjoy.
Sending to Josh.
Send. Alright, we'll get someone else. I don't know what he's doing, so we'll see if we can get... I gotta get... Hold on, let me get this stupid thing to open up. Alright, we'll do this. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, so I'll wait here and see if he shows up.
Holy Bible, Aku Weather, T-Life, in our search, page 12 of 12, adjustable, rainy, search, phone, messages, 150, conversations, Brandon Armstrong, unread, I'm actually not at home yet, Amanda, Brad, Josh, unread, if you're not busy, Brandon Armstrong, message, text message, I'll see, message, text field, dictate,
Okay.
send, button, send message,
Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and go and do this. I don't know if any of them guys are going to pop up or not. I'll leave this on for now. So, first thing that I want to talk about, and this is why I always wanted to share my screen reader because then when I do these things, people can actually see everything that I'm doing. But I don't know, maybe I can set up another type of setting to where when I do tutorials, it would have it where you guys can hear the screen reader and all that. That's what I need to do, but it's a pretty simple stuff. Okay, I'm going to just go through some stuff that you need to do. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do when you download whichever one it is, doesn't matter if it's the 600, 700, 800, the 900, it doesn't matter. 777, the 300, the freighter, it doesn't matter. Any of them that you set up, you have got to edit the file, and it's easy, really. It's not really hard. I know, like people maybe thought you had to download a bunch of files, but you don't. You really don't even need to download a file, period, if you know the lines of code to type in, which is not that complicated. I'm going to go to it though, and I'm going to show it to you, and I'll explain the layout to you. So for me, and more likely for you too, you would go to your local C, and then you'll go to users, then you'll go to whatever your admin user account is, you'll go under that, and then you go to app data, local, okay, packages, and you're going to hit M like 6-7 different times till you get to where it says Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is say Microsoft.Flight Simulator, and it's got numbers and stuff at the end of it too. Go into that, and then you've got local cache, local state, and roaming state. You want to go to local state. From there you go to packages, and then PMDG aircraft, and this is where all your PMDG aircrafts are that you've installed. So no, sorry, you got to go under work after that, and then you have did I tell you guys wrong? I might have told you. Hold on, I told you wrong here. Okay. Let's start over so I don't confuse you guys. So, local C, user, your main, whatever your main administrator user is, app data, local, packages, Microsoft Flight Simulator, local state, packages, and then that's where all your aircrafts are, under packages. Okay, remember, you go under packages twice, so don't get that confused. Alright, so right now, from where I did a reinstall on a lot of my airplanes, I just have the 600 and the 800 installed right now. So under, and I just installed the 800. So let's just say the 800, for example. You'll go under that file, or if it's a 600 or 900, whatever it is, go under that file, and then you're going to see where it says work, and then a bunch of M0 whatever. You go under work, and once you go under work, go to the bottom and up arrow. You'll see where it says 737 options .ini. Okay, just so you know, the extension is .ini. Okay, all right. So you open that with Notepad. If you hit enter on it, Notepad should open it. If it doesn't, you can do the open with and just choose Notepad. At the bottom, you want this to be at the bottom. Left bracket, panel, okay? So left bracket, PANEL, space, state. And it's got to be capitalized. The panel, space, and then capital S for state, and then right bracket. And then under that, you want it to say, and you capitalize the for startup, you capitalize the S for startup, and then you don't space it out. This is all one word. So startup, and then the word panel, you capitalize the P, and then state, you capitalize the state, so capital S and then TATE equals, all caps, code dark GPU. So that's saying code in dark, and then GPU for ground power unit, I believe what that stands for. Okay, I'll put this in the chat. So I'm gonna put this part in the chat for you. Okay. Okay, so I put the first part in the chat for what it's got to say, and then so if you need it, copy it and put it on Notepad, okay? And then I'm just going to copy this. You guys can just copy it, okay? You got left bracket on the next set of lines of code you need, and put a space between the startup state and then the next set of code that you're going to put in. So you're going to do left bracket, all capitals, SDK right bracket. Okay, and then you're going down to the next line. Enable data broadcast, and put a capital for each word because it's all one. It's all together, no spaces. So enable with the capital E, data with the capital D, broadcast with the capital B. Now, you don't put a capital C for the cast, okay? It's just broadcast, capital B. And then equals 1. And then on the next line, you capitalize the word enable, and then all caps CDU, and then broadcast with a capital B, dot 0 equals 1. Then you go down another line, last line, enable, capital E, CDU, all capital for CDU, and then broadcast with capital B, dot 1 equals 1. And that's it. I'm going to copy this in the chat too. Okay, I'm going to copy it into the chat. So it's in the chat for you. That way you can see what it looks like. You can also get this off of the BVI Pilots website. I'm sure that Declan and them still have this available. Okay? But it's right there. It's easy to do. The thing you got to know, though, is when you first install it, you got to load it in Microsoft, load the airplane. It's going to start out with it powered up, and then you'll close Microsoft. And you don't even got to close it all the way. You just got to close out of, like, being at whatever airport you're at, hit escape, and then hit your end key to go back to the main menu. You can do this from there. You don't got to close Microsoft all the way. Okay. So you do that, and then you'll save the file. Okay. And you want this code at the bottom. Put it at the bottom. Okay. And then now we got that out of the way. All the other stuff, don't mess with anything else you see. You're going to see at the top IRS.0, last pose valid equals 0, IRS.1, last pose equals 0. Leave that stuff alone. All right, so you do that for. Now you only do that. So, for example, the 800 comes with a business jet version, the freighter version. You don't got to find files for all them. That one file is going to cover all them airplanes. Okay? So anything under the 800, anything under the 600, anything under the 700, anything under the 900 ER, anything under the 900. Well, yeah, I think there's 900, 900 ER. I think there's, it's here one or two different directories for those. I can't remember. I think two. Yeah, two. And then beyond that, I'm going to close. Hold on a minute.
Brandon Armstrong. I'm on my way home from church.
Okay, Brandon, I've got the server open, so I've not even brought that up yet. Some other stuff we're going to talk about before we do any kind of flying or anything. I'm going over some stuff anyway, so you're good, buddy. You're good. All right, guys. So let me close that and let's go back to the sim now, where we are with the airplane. We're sitting here again in Indianapolis. We are going to do a flight with the 800. There are some differences between flying the 800 to the 600. There's differences from flying the 900 ER to the 800 and etc. I think the two best, when I say best, I mean the most stable, that handle the best, that fly the best, would be the 800 and the 600. I'm going to get some power on here. So what I'm going to do is just basically turn the battery on for this part of it. So I'm going to do left bracket control P. Come on. Hold on. TFM's going to give me a little bit of a fit here. Hold on a minute. Let me restart TFM. For now on, when I do tutorials, I'm going to have a different setting set up on OBS for tutorials. That way you guys can hear my screen reader and you can hear everything going on. Okay? It's the outside view there. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Alright, battery's on. I've got ground power on for now. And we don't run the battery up. Okay, so from here, there's some settings that I do. Number one, do left bracket Control C. You should already know how to do that part. Then it's a menu, PMVG 737 CDU. So I'm gonna go right soft 4, left soft 1, and then left soft 1 for equipment. And you're gonna have 17 pages. I'm not gonna go through every one of these, just some of the ones that I turn on. So on the first page, I don't mess with the Honeywell thing. I leave that the way it is. The wings level, where line 2, I leave that alone. GS capture before lock, I leave that on deny. Auto land, you want that to be on fail op. So you'll hit left soft 4, and now it says left. I always say less because it says a symbol, less symbol and greater symbol. So if you ever hear me say less, it's a habit. It is a fail op. That's what you want. Auto arm LNAV M/APP. I always enable that. That enable that auto arms your LNAV, and then that'd be left soft 5, and then you go to the next page. You just do page down, double D rate. That's already on yes. Two dash bump. It's already on yes. I don't mess with that. I don't mess with nothing on page 3. Or bank angle callouts. That you can really leave alone. That'll let you know if you're in trouble. V1 call out, leave that alone. Approach minimum call. It says less APPR minimums. Let me see what that is real quick. Honestly, I don't know what that's what that changes. It says APPR descent height, and I don't know what that does. And another option for that is plus 100. I don't know. So I'd leave it at APPR minimums. And then there's an option for minimums. This is where it will call 2,500 feet. I believe you can change that. Let me see if you can. I believe you can. I see something. You can put it there. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I thought you could change it. Let me try something. Okay, I guess I thought you could, but maybe not. I'm just gonna leave it on minimum. Don't mess with that. And then there's this 2,500 radio ALTM out to 2 meter, I guess. Leave it alone. Alright, so go to the next page. Page 5. You can have it called 2,500. It's a good reminder, really, to let you know, hey, you're at 2,500 feet. Call 1,000, yes. This page here is just all the call out levels, and you can either set it on or off. To resemble if something is enabled or not, it'll have an X by it. So for example, it'll say like less symbol X on/off. If it was off, it would say less symbol on/off. off X. The X would be on the other side. Either to the right of off or to the left of off. It'd say like, well, I can tell you. Let's switch it. Yeah, it'd say X off. So it'd say less symbol on / X off. Alright, so next page. Still your calls. Page 7. Airspeed low oil, that's on by default. Terrain peaks mode. I don't like it when it says terrain. It's annoying. So if you don't want it to call that, I believe you can turn that off there. Show water and cyan. I don't know. That really don't matter. Go to the next page. E-tops. That's on by default. Dual battery, yes. E-tops, cargo, fire system, that's on. That's it on that page. Go to page 9. Default axle, altitude 1,500. Reduction is 1,500. Cutback altitude 800 feet. Default restore altitude is 3,000 feet. Transition altitude 18,000. You will leave that where it's at. Default transition level is again FL180. Anything on page 10, nothing you need to change. Okay, fuel on page 11. Top it says less none because there's no, well, for this one there's no extra fuel tank. So, but for the ER, you can come on this page and set it to have the extra tanks. Okay, go to the next page. Need your standby instruments. HGS installed. I always install it. Auto AII mode. That's already enabled. The yaw damp gauge, you can, if you want to install that, you can. By default it's disabled, but you can hit less off 5. It has that gauge. Okay, next page, page 13. Perf improvement package. It's on no. I'm gonna hit yes. Short field package, you don't need that. Auto probe heat, I always hit yes, so left's off 3. Flight test package, I don't mess, unless you're doing a bunch of testing, I don't mess with that. Leave that off. Brake package, you can choose between carbon and steel. Right now it's on carbon. Alright, then the next page. Line 1, leave that what it is. Eyebrow windows, I always put them on there. I think it looks kind of cool. Cabin layout, it's on right now 2X / single class. So if it's single class, it'd be less people. Or there wouldn't be a first class, is what that means, I think. Air stairs installed, yes. Cutoff switch style. Right now it's on the old. You can set it for the new if you choose to. That's it for that page. Go to the next page. Yoke checklist, captain side, yes. First officer, leave that stuff alone. Don't mess with that. And then headrest, leave that alone. Go to the next page. Page 16. Auto ignition. You can leave it off if you want. It don't matter. I always turn mine on. It don't matter because it's going to start up the same. Pressurization panel. Always I put the new one. By default, it's on O, so I hit left off 2 to make the new one. Window shades. It's on no. I set it to yes. People like their privacy. Okay, the tablet. Realistically, are you going to use it? You can leave it on. It ain't going to affect the way the airplane flies. From my understanding, it doesn't. It just, you can access stuff through it. Don't change how anything operates. Alright. Wi-Fi antenna. There's no Wi-Fi installed right now, but there's about to be. I got it set to 2K U-band.
Brandon Armstrong. Why would they put the pressure panel on the old one when we use the new one anyway?
Well, because it's just an older airplane, Brandon. A100's an older airplane, so. But I always set it to the new one. Alright, so nav radio panels. It's on classic right now. I'm going to set it to the new one, because it does work a little bit better. So left soft 2 for that. Okay, and that's every page 1 through 17. Now hit F6 and go back. And then hit, let's see, hit left off 6 again. Now you see where it says aircraft again, and then line 2 is options. Hit left soft 2, and then you're going to see simulation on left soft 1. Surface-based failures. That's where you can turn your failures on or off. I would recommend, until the new versions of TFM is out, I would just, because evidently when the new versions come out, there'll be more you can do. But I just leave it off. I have some of my stuff on, like my engines can overheat, they can catch on fire. It's really preference. If you want to deal with that stuff, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. Tires, I leave that on. Oil pressure, tires, fires for the engines. So some of the basic stuff. I change oil ever so often, but so you on line 2 you have track oil / hydraulic fluid and hydraulic fuel fluid. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hello. Yeah. I'm at home on a live stream. What? A what? Yeah, just hold on to it until. No, that's too big. Well, just hold on to it, and I'll try it when I see your mom again. All right, and I love you. Bye. Okay. So I always keep up on the oil and stuff. Now some people turn it off or leave it off. Some like it on. I turn mine on. But you guys know how I am. I'm about trying to make it as much realistic as I can. And then this line 2, don't mess with line 2. Leave line 4 alone. Let's go look at the IRS. Hold on. Let's go look at the IRS options. That's going to be less off 5. Okay, so this is alignment time. I leave it what it's on, which is the longest time, which is realistic. And then there's instant, where like basically it is just instantly aligned. But what fun is that? Use last memory position. Leave that alone. And then that's it under IRS options. So then left off 6. Let's see. Okay, and then do page 2. So go down a page. Realistic autopilot engagement. If you turn that, if you leave that on, I believe you want that off. So hit left off 2. Show thrust lever position. It's on no. That's just visual. Manual override. That's on never. High idle and flare. Right now it's off. I like it on because if you guys end up doing a go around, then you'll still have enough thrust to do that. So left's off 5 on that. Page down. And then this is call out airspeed alive, yes. Call out 80 knots, call out V1. All that's preference, okay? And then go to the next page. 5 out of 7. Pause at the top of descent. If you turn that on, it's going to pause every time you get to cruise altitude. Okay? I leave it off. Okay. AP DISCO, disconnect on control input. Right now it's enabled. But if you keep it enabled and you've got a yoke, all you got to do is touch that yoke and it's going to turn off the autopilot. I would recommend turning that off. So left soft forward and then go page down again. Hide captain seat. No. Hide first officer seat. No. Captain yoke. No, you don't want to hide it. First officer yoke. No, you don't want to hide it. Now it says yoke moves when lowered. That's up to you. I like it, yes, because then people can see it moving, which I think is cool. Okay, then page 7 under simulation, steering hardware type, leave it alone. Parking brake, there's simple and there's realistic. If you're using a keyboard and a yoke, I would leave it on simple, because it's tricky to release the brake if you got it on the realistic, because it's done by pressure and it's hard to do that with the keyboard. So I would leave it on simple. Alright, then page down takes you back to page 1, so left soft 6, back to options, left soft 6 again, PMDG setup, left soft 6 again, menu, and now we're at the main menu again. So that's just a very rough overview, and if you guys want to hear more detail, we did a video one night, me and Brandon, and Andy was on too, and Andy went through every one of those with us and explained them to a T with us. Go listen to that video. I believe I told you everything correctly. If not, I am a human. I make mistakes. So, anyways, now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to close that. Ground power off. Battery off. And now we can get our regular test flight that we're going to do from here to Orlando. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to sim brief. Go to dispatch. New flight. We'll just put our regular airline, GSI 009er Delta Whiskey, KIND, KSFB. Here we go. Economy, credit. Alright, we'll set it to economy. And then our alternate airport is going to be KTPA, which is Tampa. Alright, let's go and generate this flight report. Alright, generating flight plan. Okay, it's generated. Now let's put it all in Notepad like I like to do. Initial altitude 35,000. You won't see us do 40,000 in the 800. I doubt it would give us that. Cost index is 73. Route distance 762. 231 at 73 knots for average wind. Estimated ZFW 121,495 pounds. Fuel 20,470 pounds. And then let's grab alright, there's our route. Now we got that. We'll go ahead and close SimBrief. Okay, let's open SimBrief Downloader. Export selected formats. 6 files could not be. That's because I don't have some of them files or planes installed yet. But it did the ones that I needed it to, so we'll close that. Okay. Let's get our say intentions loaded. New flight. It's interesting, guys. Have a listen. Let me listen to that. I like listening sometimes. Just to sit here and listen for a minute. That's the airplane that took off, I believe. Let's see if we hear any more takeoff. You can tell it's raining. Heard the plane coming in, I believe. Yep. See if it sounds different with the other type of camera. No? That might have just been one. I can hear him because you can hear the rumble. It might have been one just taking off, I bet. That's a tug right there. He's coming our way, as a matter of fact. Nope. Anyways. I love the sounds. Alright, so we've got everything in place here. Gold Star International requesting cargo to Orlando.
Hold hold on while I check the mission queue. I'll get back to you in 1 to 2 minutes.
Right.
Allegiant 9 or Delta Whiskey. Alright, we got a new cargo mission for you. Transport military equipment to Orlando. IKO, KMCO. This cargo is crucial for an upcoming training exercise and must be delivered promptly. The weight of the cargo is approximately 20,000 pounds, suitable for your PMDG 737800. We're sending your crew over now. You can expect to be airborne in a few minutes.
Okay. All right. You want to go ahead and get our IFR to Orlando, please?
I'll get our IFR clearance to Orlando now.
Starting pre-flight flow.
Plan page.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Indy clearance, Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Requesting IFR clearance, please.
Good afternoon,
on
Captain.
request. Stand
We are
by.
just about done loading cargo. I'll let you know when we are secure and ready.
Take off of flaps 10.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Cleared to Sanford via the Dawn 1 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.65, squawk 4171.
Secure and ready
Expect
to
runway
go,
5
Captain.
right.
All right, there we go. I had to block someone. I thought it was someone I knew that had me on Facebook, then found out Messenger let you know, and it said that this person's not even in your country. I'm like, oh, yeah, we'll block that person. Now, hopefully I got them settings we went through. Hopefully I got them set right. I'm pretty sure the realistic autopilot, you want that off. So hopefully I did that right. You know, flying the 800 compared to the 600, there is a difference, for sure.
you mind checking the SIDS and starters? Heading out for the walk around.
Alright, let's... Okay. If you want that noise, that's the wipers because it is raining out. Alright, 5 right. Don 1, IIU. Execute. Okay, there's our departure. Alright, now our arrival for Orlando. We'll see what it's like. It's giving me a different runway I'm not used to. Runway 18. Strike 2 big. Nope. Allegiant Airlines, can we get a runway switch for Orlando for runway 9 left? Or don't answer me. I mean, that's
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, runway 9 left is not available at Orlando. Available runways are 18 left, 18 right, 17 right, and 17 left.
which one of them runways would be an ILS?
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey, runway 5 right and 5 left have ILS approaches available.
Now I'm talking about for Orlando. Which runways in Orlando that's available have an ILS? 18 is not available for me.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey, runways 17 left and 17 right at Orlando have ILS approaches available.
Is 27 right available?
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey, runway 27 right is not available. Available runways are 5 left, 5 right, and 14.
Oh my gosh. Is runway 27 right in Orlando available? Stick with the conversation, dude.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey, runway 27 right is not available at Orlando. Available runways are 18 left, 18 right, 17 right, and 17 left.
How is that even possible? You know what? We're just going to have to. I don't have the runway he's saying. So sorry about your luck, pal. Okay. Alright, so for some reason I'm not seeing the other runway he's saying is available for ILS. I don't see it. So we're just gonna have to use the runway that we got. And that's gonna be 9 left. We're going in. That's all there is to it. Don't know what else to say. Maybe we can get Brandon and get down there and get that runway fixed in time. Brandon, you need to hurry up and get jetted down to Orlando and fix the runways. Come on, dude. Slacker.
Brandon Armstrong. Make someone else who lives in Florida fix it, LOL.
Nah, George is going to fly you down there real quick so you can fix it, Brandon. Alright, let's go ahead.
Aircraft looks good.
Brandon Armstrong. Not my job, LOL.
It is today, pal. He's a grumpy construction worker, guys. He don't want to work on the Sunday. Oh gosh.
Brandon Armstrong. I would be what's called a disenfranchised and underpaid construction worker, LOL.
pre-flight checklist. Oxygen. Tested. Navigation, transfer, and display switches. Normal and auto. Window heat. On. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Flight instruments. Set. Parking brake. On. Fuel control switches. Cut off. Pre-flight checklist completed.
Oh my god.
Missing Spike News News. Spike rating News News. Rating Spike to answer.
Hello. None live on YouTube. Yeah, it lets you answer now. The iPhone does when you're on voicemail. What's that? Okay. Hold that thought. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'll be with you back. I'll be back in a few minutes. Hold on, guys.
Initiating before start flow.
Alright, guys.
Flow completed. Before start checklist. Flight deck door. Closed and locked. Fuel 20468 pounds.
And I'm going to show you guys the difference on takeoff in this one.
MCP.
Speed-wise. I'll tell you here.
143. Heading.
Now listen at the speeds here in a second.
35000. Sit. Takeoff speeds.
Right here.
B1 144. BR 146. B2 152. Checked. CDU pre-flight. Completed. Rudder and aileron trim. Free and zero.
What don't make sense is first officer does set the speeds correctly with this airplane, but not the 600. But V1's 144 knots. That is a difference on speed taking off in this one. Much different. Alright, so do our pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Beacons on. Brakes released. Clear to push straight out.
Copy that. Clear to push straight back. Release the parking brake, please.
Brakes released.
Start engines.
Starting engines. Starting engine 2.
Go ahead and get our push back with startup, please. Did a little bit late, but that's alright.
I can't handle that request right now. You'll need to take care of the pushback request.
You got
John.
comms.
Alright, I'll handle the comms now.
Go ahead and request pushback with startup.
Hey folks, welcome aboard our flight from Indianapolis to Orlando. I'm Emma, your flight attendant today. Our captain is John, and our first officer is JD. We're expecting a smooth flight with an estimated time en route of about 2 hours. Before we take off, let's go over some important safety information. First, to fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle and pull on the strap
Engine 2
tightly.
started.
To release, lift the top of the buckle. We recommend keeping your seatbelt
Engine 2
fastened
cut out.
at all times while seated. In the unlikely event that oxygen is needed, Masks will drop from the panel above your seat. Pull the
Pushback
mask
complete.
towards
You
you
guys
to
can
start
set
the
the
flow
brakes.
of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth, and
Starting
secure it
engine
with the
one.
elastic band.
Okay, nice
Remember
push.
to
The
put your
brake is
own
set.
mask
We'll see
on
you next
first
time.
before helping others. Your life vest is located under your seat. If instructed to do
Yeah,
so,
no problem, guys.
move it from
We're
the pouch,
disconnecting the tow bar
slip
now.
it over
Stand
your
by.
head, and fasten the
Okay, tow
straps
bar is
around your
disconnected.
waist.
We're disconnecting the
Inflate the
interphone
vest
right now.
by pulling down on
Pin's
the
gonna be
red
on the right-hand
tabs
side, guys.
and use
Take
the
care. We'll see
mouthpiece
you.
for additional inflation. Our Boeing 737-800 has 8 emergency exits, 2 at the front, 4 over the wings, and 2 at the back. In case of an emergency, follow the illuminated exit signs and floor path lighting to the nearest exit. Please take a moment to review the safety card in your seat pocket, which details these procedures and more. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the flight.
Requesting pushback with startup now.
Engine 1 started.
David SUT. Well. Hello
Engine
everyone.
1 cut out.
Hey, David, how are you?
Indy Ground, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, requesting startup and pushback.
David SUT. Doing okay, Johnny?
All engines stable.
David SUT. Where is everyone?
Tail west.
Brandon Armstrong.
There's Brandon.
Hello, David.
Before taxi flow.
David SUT. Hello, Brandon.
Alright, let's see.
Clear on the right. Clear on the left. Flow completed. Before taxi checklist. Generators. On. Progi. Auto. Isolation valve.
Alright.
Auto. Engine start switches.
David SUT.
Continuous.
This is a very
Recall.
nice airplane as well.
Checked.
Yeah, it
Auto
is.
brakes. Rejected takeoff.
It definitely
Flight control
is.
test.
Alright, yoke to the left,
Full left.
back to center,
Neutral.
yoke to the right,
Full right.
back to center,
Neutral.
straight back,
Full back.
center, and forward.
Full forward. Checked. Brake test. Checked. Before taxi checklist completed.
And go ahead and request taxi, please. How's your day going, buddy?
I'll request taxi clearance now.
Indy Ground, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, ready to taxi. We
David
have India.
SUT. Going.
Allegiant 9
Brandon
Delta Whiskey,
Armstrong.
Taxi to runway 5
I just
via
don't
Hotel Romeo
understand why
Charlie,
first
310.
officer puts in the correct speeds for this one and not the
Runway 5
600.
right. Hotel Romeo Charlie, Charlie 10. Allegiant
I don't
Niner
know,
Delta
but it
Whiskey.
does. Alright, 5 right. $44 for heading. Yeah, I don't know, but it does.
Approaching runway 0. Before takeoff flow.
Right.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey, contact tower on 120.9.
David SUT. Hard telling.
Switching to tower on
Flow completed.
120.9.
Before
Allegiant
takeoff
Niner Delta
checklist.
Whiskey.
Yeah, it is.
Flaps. Sit. Stabilization trim. Sit. Transponder. Sit. Cabin crew. Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Alright,
Notify.
we're ready for
Before
takeoff.
takeoff checklist completed.
I'll contact tower for takeoff clearance.
David SUT. You got this, bud.
Indy Tower, Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, holding short of runway 5 right, ready to depart.
5 right's almost 10,000. I think we'll be fine. We should be good.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, Indy Tower, runway 5 right, wind 040
Brandon
at
Armstrong.
9er. RNAV Sneva.
You will
Clear for
never
takeoff.
guess who messaged me this morning when I was at church. David, right
Runway
when
5
Casey
right,
was in the
RNAV
middle of his
Sneva,
message.
Clear for takeoff.
The
Allegiant
person
9er
who
Delta
happens
Whiskey.
to be streaming LOL. David SUT. Should be enough.
Alright, let's see here. Alright, here we go.
David SUT. That's why you turn your phone off or do not disturb. David SUT. Day. David SUT. LOL.
Alright, here we go. Buckle up, here we go.
Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Thrust set. Checked.
Airspeed alive.
Speed alive. Checked.
80 knots.
80 knots.
Brandon
Checked.
Armstrong. But it was on DND LOL and it was on silent.
Rotate.
B1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Gear down. Gear up. Lateral navigation. Flaps up. Vertical navigation. VNAV on. Autopilot. Command A on.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
Yep, that's what I do. I put my phone on don't disturb and I ain't gotta worry about
Nice
it.
takeoff.
Switching to departure on 124.65. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
Brandon Armstrong. Nice takeoff.
Yeah, it is.
David SUT. I call people all the time when they're at church. They answer that is on them.
Indianapolis
Yeah,
departure.
exactly.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
If they're busy, they won't answer, and if they're not, they will.
00.
LOL.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, Indianapolis departure, radar contact, clear direct, Sneva,
David
climb
SUT.
and maintain flight level 210.
That's right.
Clear direct Sneva. Climb and maintain flight level 210. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
Brandon Armstrong. I didn't answer until I got out LOL. David SUT. We're also on a different time than you, Brandon, so I'm sure it wasn't intent.
Flow completed. After takeoff checklist. Engine starts.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Off. Packs. On. Auto brakes. Off. Landing gear. Up and off. Flaps. Up. After takeoff checklist completed.
Man, that was a beautiful takeoff.
Brandon Armstrong. Oh, I know. You guys were 1 hour ahead of me. It's okay, I wasn't upset about it, lol.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Dear guests, we've just reached a safe altitude, and you are now free to use your electronic devices. Our onboard Wi-Fi service is available, so feel free to connect and enjoy. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of our flight to Orlando.
Alright, let's see here, guys.
David SUT. I will be watching. I'm going to the Outback building working on my other
Climb and
airplane.
maintain flight level 290.
Okay, man. We'll be here flying.
Maintain flight level 290. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
That was a nice takeoff.
Brandon Armstrong. Have fun.
I think he got his new, some of the parts in for the Cessna he's got. You'll have that thing in the air again soon. And I'll tell you, climbing with this thing on takeoff, it can be on the sensitive side sometimes. You ain't got to pull hardly back on this yoke at all. I mean, you do, but not far.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Climb and maintain flight level 340.
Here.
Climb and maintain flight level 340.
Hey, Lois.
9er Delta Whiskey.
Welcome, welcome. We're flying in the A100 this time, Lois. I need to know.
Hello, Brandon. Looks
Transition
like
out.
rain.
Checked.
How's the view, Lois? Well, now, there, I got the view centered.
Brandon Armstrong. Hello, Lois.
Yeah, as you can tell, the windshield wipers are on the airplane.
Lois. Looks really good.
I'm gonna grab my big red. Hold on, guys.
Lois. NIV. Lois. Looks really nice.
Center pumps coming off.
Okay, I'm back.
Lois. Yeah, I see them back and forth.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350. Allegiant 9er Delta
Let's
Whiskey.
see here. Alright, let's take a look here.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, contact Indianapolis Center on 133.05.
Contacting Indianapolis Center on 133.05. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Indianapolis Center, Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Good afternoon. We're climbing through flight level 240 up to flight level 350. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, Indianapolis Center.
All right.
Good afternoon.
I believe we are good.
Lois. Bryson said hi, he's here for little bit.
Oh, hey, Bryson. What you up to, buddy?
David SUT. Let me say this different. Not to Lois or Brandon, but it makes me mad how no one wants to do shit with John unless they need something. It really makes me mad. Stop being pieces of crap.
It don't bother me either way, dude.
Lois. Nothing. Lois. Who said that?
Said what?
Brandon Armstrong. Well said, David, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I don't. It is what it is. I just do my flying. I like to fly, so that's what I do. Yeah, I don't care what people say, man. I enjoy flying.
People run that mouth behind his back, but not to him. Too much of a POS. I caught it on another stream. Come here and run that mouth.
You have to fill me in later.
Lois. I agree, David, for sure. David SUT. They're trashing your brother Lois. David SUT. Jealous. David SUT. That is all it is.
Yeah, it's all good.
David SUT. The guy's name was John something. David SUT. He had no viewers, just me. David SUT. LOL till I cussed him out.
Oh, you're talking about that one guy that is, he's blind too. Yeah, we had problem with him before. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
David SUT. He has like 3 different names.
Yep, you're talking about the one that was talking crap before. No one likes him. So I worried about that guy. Bryson, what you doing, buddy?
David SUT. Johnny, when you file that court date, let me know. You will win and I will leave it at that. David SUT. Okay, be back. Had to steam a little.
You're good, dude.
David
You are good.
SUT. LOL.
Oh my god. Yeah, we'll just leave that at that. That way no one can say that I'm on my channel doing this or doing that. I just have fun. That's what it's all about. I like to fly. You don't like watching the way I fly, don't watch.
He said nothing, Uncle John. And
I'm going to David in about at least another, maybe 2 weeks at the most,
Brandon
but it's
Armstrong.
getting filed.
Yes, he will win.
So maybe another week or two, but it's getting done. I'm going to have Lois take me to do it. She's going to be there, by the way. Because hopefully it'll be enough time to where she won't be working. That's the only thing. I hope that you can be there. Because you seen a lot of what went on, along with Mom, along with Kay, along with even Crystal, along with Heather, along with Mackenzie,
He will be back with the milk.
I mean, who would be back with the milk? I'm confused. Alright, folks, we are just cruising along here. Alright, I'm going to change the view just for a second. I want to see something that I did. Come on.
Lois. Bryson typed that LOL.
Oh.
Lois. He's crazy.
Okay, hold on 1 second and I'll have your view back for you, Lois. I'm seeing something real quick. La da da. You should be looking at a tablet on the screen. Let's see if I can hit it with my mouse.
Hey folks, we've reached our cruising altitude and it's a beautiful day for flying. We'll be starting our snack and drink service shortly. Today we're offering a delicious turkey and cheese sandwich and a fresh garden salad. After the service, feel free to browse our selection of items from the airline shop. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight to Orlando.
Let's see here. What you're looking at there, Lois, is a tablet right there on the side. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says Universal Flight Tablet, Ground Operations, Performance. I don't know why it says Zero King for, but let me see something. I'll have review back in a minute. It's probably cloudy as all get out. You can even see the no smoking sign. So you can do ground operations with the tablet, which is pretty cool. Alright, let me give you there's your view back, Lois. And Bryson. Let's see. Can you see my oil pressure? This is so cool because I can do this. Watch. That's another instrument view right there. Oh. That's another. I think I can look at my. Let me see. Let's see if this is the oil pressure. Okay, yeah, see my oil pressure is at 45. See, let me show you something. I don't know who's all watching, but okay, so this view gives you the tablet view. Like an actual tablet that you guys are familiar with. I don't know if you can see it or not, Lois, but it's mounted on the side there. Do you see it? But then you've got all these other views, so I can look at anything that I need to. I can look at this view. This view right here is the hold on. So this shows the altitude. If you look on the right, you can see the time. So I can see my altitude and stuff here. Shows speed, shows heading. And then I can go to this view. This view, which I never have to go to these. Okay, so this view here see, that's where the IRS is, the flap settings. Isn't that cool? Just all kinds of cool stuff. Alright, here's your view back, and I'm going to give you... Is that better, Lois? When I focus it a little closer?
Lois. Yes, good right there.
Nice. ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Let's see. All right, there's that. And let's see. Let's see. That looks good.
David SUT. Okay, now I got oil on my keyboard. But point is, the guy said John didn't fly. Well, that is not true. He has landed on his own without help, so that guy is full of crap. Okay, hushing now.
Oh yeah, he does that with. He's done that talking crap on Declan before on his channel. It's just a jealous, blind simmer that no one likes. But either way, man, it's good. I don't care what people say. Don't care at all.
Brandon Armstrong. I'm sure he's one of those blindies who lives at home with mommy.
Brandon, he's talking about that Brandon guy, whatever his name is. He's got like 3 or 4 different, he makes different names just to try to come and harass. I had to block him on the channel
David
before.
SUT. Well, I do care, but I'm done, LOL. Lois, you got a great brother there. Okay, back to getting dirty.
You're good, dude.
David SUT. Yeah, okay, I'm here watching.
Alright, man. You're good. Alright. So we're at 34,000 feet.
Brandon Armstrong. Oh, that stupid Brandon Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one who don't believe in working.
No, not Brandon Cross. No. Brandon, that's not who I'm talking about. It's... I think the guy's real name is... I don't know. Declan would know who I'm talking about because he was trashing all of us before. And I can't think of his real name. I thought it was Brandon, but maybe it's a different name. Maybe it's John or... I don't know. He's got like 4 or 5 different names. It's not Brandon Cross. That guy is an idiot, but it's not him. Alright, so... we got 1 hour. So let's go ahead. I can't wait to put Joe to get Lois behind the yoke when I get my screen set up and have her do a flight. Alright. Allegiant, let me repeat that. Gold Star International, is it possible to get runway 9 left for Orlando? They say no, we're still going to land at it because
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey, runway 9 left is available for your arrival at Orlando Sanford. Expect vectors for the ILS approach to runway 9 left.
okay, we would like to update our runway and go with runway 9 left ILS approach coming into Orlando, please. You got comms or what? I've not heard you talk to ATC, baby girl.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey, runway 9 left ILS approach is approved for your arrival at Orlando Sanford. Expect vectors for the ILS approach to runway 9 left.
Lois, is it still raining outside the airplane? Are you there or what? Talking to my co-pilot.
Comms, John. We're set for the ILS approach to runway 9 left at Orlando Sanford. Yeah, I am here. Just got us set up for the ILS approach to runway 9 left at Orlando
Sorry about
Sanford.
that, sweetheart. I love you.
No worries, John. Let's keep our focus on the flight.
I said I love you.
Lois.
Love you too, John. Let's keep our
Yes.
focus on the flight.
Oh, she said she loves me too. Brandon told me to tell you that he loves you, by the way.
Oh, that's sweet of Brandon to say. Please tell him I appreciate it. Thank you for passing on the message, Captain.
I think it's just him trying to get friendly to steal your cookies.
Haha, well, I'll make sure to
Lois.
keep an eye on my cookies then. Thanks for
Windshield
the heads
wiper
up,
still
Captain.
going.
Is it raining outside, Lois, or no? Can I turn them off? Brandon got ran over by a reindeer. He was on his way home from...
Brandon Armstrong. Now we are back to that agent.
Of course, Brandon. Gotta have a little sense of humor, brother.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey, contact Atlanta Center on 133.6.
Atlanta, is it raining outside, Lois? The airplane, that is, not here in
To
Indiana.
Atlanta Center on 133.6.
Lois.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey.
Turn them off.
Okay, let's turn them off. Here, you want to turn them on fast?
Atlanta Center, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Good afternoon. Maintaining flight level 350.
Okay, they're off.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, Atlanta Center. Good afternoon.
Minus 57 degrees, and first officer didn't turn on the wing anti-ice. Real smart there, doobie doobie doo doo doo. Actually, you only turn it on. Usually, you only turn that on when you're doing your landing, like as you're going down or up, I think. Let's ask co-pilot.
Hey again, John. I'm ready when you are.
Hey, when do pilots generally activate their wing anti-ice in the Boeing 737s?
Pilots typically activate wing anti-ice in the Boeing 737 when they're anticipating or encountering icing conditions. This usually means visible moisture like clouds, fog, or precipitation, and temperatures near or below freezing.
So it's a good idea to have anti-ice on if it's raining in the area that you take off from.
Absolutely, as long as the temperature is conducive to icing. Rain or visible moisture with low
What about
temperature.
minus 57 degrees at 35,000 feet?
At 35,000 feet, with temperatures around minus 57 degrees Celsius, it's crucial to monitor for ice formation. While rain might not be an issue at this altitude, ice crystals and supercooled droplets can accumulate on critical surfaces. So, anti-ice measures are definitely recommended to prevent any ice-related issues in these conditions.
Okay, what about the engine anti-ice? When should that be turned on?
Engine anti-ice should be activated whenever icing conditions are present or anticipated, both on the ground and in the air. This includes visible moisture conditions like rain, snow, or even fog with visibility less than a mile, and when the temperature is below 10 degrees Celsius. It's all about preventing ice buildup on the engine inlets, which could disrupt airflow and performance.
I was reading it where it said, and I had a friend tell me that's a pilot, said usually if it's minus 30 or colder, you want your engine anti-ice to be on.
That's a solid rule of thumb. When temperatures hit minus 30 degrees Celsius or colder, the risk of ice formation increases, particularly in the engine's air intakes. Activating engine anti-ice in these conditions ensures that any ice doesn't compromise engine performance. It's all about safety first in aviation.
So let me ask you this. What happens if you turn on the wing anti-ice, but yet you really didn't need it? Can it cause damage?
Turning on wing anti-ice when it's not needed generally won't cause damage. It's more of a fuel efficiency issue. The system uses bleed air from the engines to warm the wings, increasing fuel consumption. It's better to use it only when needed to ensure...
What about the probe heat in the Boeing 737? I have two of them and they're both on.
In the Boeing 737, the probe heat is used to prevent ice from forming on critical sensors like the pitot tubes and static ports. These are essential for accurate airspeed, altitude, and other flight data. That's why it's common to have both on to ensure the sensors remain ice-free.
Okay. Educate us about the window heat. We have left side window heat, left forward window heat, right forward window heat, right side window heat.
In the Boeing 737, the window heat system is designed to prevent ice and fog formation on the cockpit windows. It also helps in defogging and adds structural strength to the windows. Essentially, it's there to maintain visibility and the integrity of the windows in all weather.
Okay, well here's a brain buster for you. How come they didn't just set it to where when they turn it on, it just turned the heat on for all the windows? Why are they individually able to be turned on and off?
Good question. Having separate controls for each window allows flexibility in managing the aircraft's electrical load, which
Lois.
could be crucial in certain situations.
Sorry getting onto grandson,
It
he don't
also
like to
allows
listen
pilots
LOL
to address
much.
specific issues, like a single
Oh,
window.
you're good.
Appreciate it, John.
Okay, hold on. I got more
Lois.
stuff for you.
John, did
Sure
you say
thing.
my name or
I'm
no?
all ears.
No, I just asked if it was raining outside the airplane, and you said no, I think.
Got it. So, when it's raining outside the
I'm
airplane...
not talking to you. Hold on.
Got it. I'll wait.
What is auto throttle servos?
Auto-throttle servos are part of the auto-throttle system in an aircraft like the Boeing 737. They're responsible for moving the thrust levers automatically based on the commanded speed or thrust setting. When the auto-throttle is engaged, these servos adjust the throttle to maintain the desired speed, whether it's for cruising, climbing, or descending. It helps maintain a smoother and more efficient flight by adjusting power settings as needed.
Stand by. I'm looking for something.
Take your time. I'll be here.
Alright, hold on 1 second, guys.
Sure thing.
I'll get back to you. I'm trying to find something. Bear with me, guys. I'm looking for something that I can turn off so it doesn't set off one of the alarms every time I'm landing. I gotta find it though. let's see, where would it be? Let's see. And what is Mr. Bryson doing over there misbehaving? He better get it together. Let's see.
Lois. He's setting here.
You be a good boy, Bryson. Alright, let's see. Folks, we will be landing 37 minutes. Ah, there it is.
Lois. He's heard you.
Terrain inhibit. You want that on. Now I won't get that beeping. Alright, we are going to be... Let me show you something, Lois, how much I can light up the cockpit. Watch this. Let me know if you start seeing stuff get brighter. Hold on. Brighten that up. Brighten that up. I'm even going to brighten up the map. Brighten up the right side. Upper panels will brighten them. Lower panels will brighten them. Alright, let's brighten up this one. You should see some more lights showing up. We'll brighten this one up. Alright. Actually, I don't know if you'll see it or not, Lois, because where I got it looking out the window. Let me take it back
Captain,
to the...
we have a situation in the cabin. One of our passengers is experiencing a panic attack. It seems to have started after some turbulence earlier. I'm attending to them now, trying to keep them calm and comfortable. I'll keep you updated on their condition.
Now, if you look at where all the... If you can see the dash at all, Lois, I brightened it. I don't know if you can tell how it's much brighter now. Alright, let me, Lois, that should be your normal view. Is that good? Alright, 108.90. 095. 108.90 095 108.90095. We hit OK on that. Do our weather. We'll load it. Execute. There we go. And we'll set up our KSFB.
Lois.
We're going to be landing at 9 left.
Yes.
Hit OK on that. There we go. We are set up for that. Let's do our...
Lead 9 Delta Whiskey, contact Atlanta Center on 135.0.
Alright, now we're doing our descent flow, which means we're just getting everything ready to start our descent into Orlando.
Contacting Atlanta Center on 135.0. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
That's my co-pilot talking there, Bryson. Here, I'll have her say hi to you. Watch.
Atlanta Center. Allegiant
Well,
9er Delta
hold on a
Whiskey.
minute. She's
Team
working.
Maintaining flight level 350.
Will you do me a favor and say hello to Brandon? He is my nephew, and he would like you to say hello to him. Bryson, rather, not Brandon. Did I say Brandon?
Flow completed.
Hey Brandon, nice to meet you. Hope you're enjoying the flight with us.
Not Brandon. I meant to say my nephew Bryson.
Recall.
Say hello to Bryson.
Auto brakes. Sit. Landing data. 143.
Hey Bryson, nice to meet you. Hope you're enjoying the flight with us.
Approach briefing. We're expecting the ILS approach for runway.
Hold on,
0
Bryson. Let this
left.
idiot shut
The minimum
up.
altitude is 200 feet. We'll use auto brakes for it. We can expect to park at gate 89er. In case of go around, we'll climb per ATC instructions on the runway heading. Any questions?
I'm good.
Completed.
Descent checklist completed.
Hey, do me a favor and give my nephew Bryson a warm welcome
Brandon
to the flight.
Armstrong. Yes, you did say Brandon, LOL.
I know I did, Brandon. I corrected myself. Hold on, Bryson. We'll get my flight attendant to say hello to you.
Hey folks, just a quick shout out to Bryson, who's joining us on this flight. Welcome aboard, Bryson. We're thrilled to have you with us today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride to Orlando.
Will you make an announcement to let Bryson know to keep a hold of his cookies because Brandon's going around taking them from people?
Hey folks, just a quick note to Bryson. Make sure to keep a close eye on your cookies. It seems Brandon might be on a cookie hunt today. Enjoy the rest of your flight.
Bryson wanted to know if you'd go to dinner with him after the flight.
Oh, that's sweet of Bryson to ask. Please let him know that I appreciate the offer, but I'll have to politely decline. Thanks for passing on the message.
Look, my co-pilot will. So where do you want to go have dinner after we land today, sweetheart? She's thinking.
Not sure yet, John. Maybe grab something quick at the airport. How about you?
I was thinking of taking you out somewhere nice to eat. So you tell me where you want to go and I'll take you.
That sounds great, John. Let's decide after we land. For now, let's focus on the flight.
Brandon Armstrong. Sounds like your flight attendant doesn't like you, LOL.
That was for Bryson. Sounds like your ears are full of wax. It wasn't me. How about steak? Or Chinese? You pick. Chinese or Italian? Which one? Or steak?
Let's go with steak, John. Sounds good to me.
You got it, sweetie.
Got it, John. Just let me know if you need anything.
Hey, you want to join me and the co-pilot for dinner when we get landed? We'd love to have you.
Thanks for the invite, Captain. I'd love to join you and JD for dinner after we land. Looking forward to it.
Take that, Brandon. Brandon tried to say you didn't like me. How rude of him.
Oh, that's just Brandon being cheeky. Don't worry, Captain. I see your point. Thanks for keeping us flying smoothly.
That's Brandon being cheeky. Brandon, what'd you do to her, buddy? Wow. My gosh. What in the world did you do to her? She said you're cheeky. Hello? Yeah.
Brandon Armstrong.
Bryson, what are you typing?
LOL.
What are you typing over there, buddy? I see you, Bryson. I got my eye on you, Bryson. I see you sitting there with that little smirk on your face. You're wearing sweats today, too. I see those sweats you're wearing. And your jacket.
Lois. How do you now with I'm wearing?
Well, folks, I think the cat might have took Brandon's tongue. You'll have to overlook him for the moment.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, expect the Shrek 2 arrival. I'll start your descent in about 20 minutes.
All right,
if you'd like to
Brandon.
descend now, just say the word.
Bryson, be watching, buddy. We're going to land.
Shrek 2 arrival. We'll wait for your call to start descent.
We're going to land here in good old Florida. Hey, will you check with Bryson and ask him what he wants to drink?
Sure thing, Captain. I'll check with Bryson and see what he'd like to drink.
Alright, we're going to set our landing altitude for 1,500 feet.
Brandon Armstrong. I am watching a Star Wars video.
Oh. You got it, buddy. I'm just giving you a hard time. Alright, so just to update you on landing, the altitude for runway 9 left is 105 feet. If we got to go around, we will climb back up to 500 feet, and then we'll have a holding at 2,000 feet, and then we'll come back in for the approach again. Alright, so altitude is only 105 feet. I've landed this airport a lot, but I've not landed here in
Got it, John.
in the
We'll
800.
be ready for the approach and any potential go-arounds.
Alright, so we got our altitude set for our descent. Can you check with ATC and get the weather for Orlando, please?
That's not something I can help with, John. You
Oh,
might
you
want to check
stupid.
the ATIS.
Oak Star International. Just wanted to check and see what the current weather conditions will are going to be for Orlando ground conditions. I hate this delay that it does. It's
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, Orlando Sanford International Airport, information Papa. Wind 225 at 9er, visibility 10, few clouds at 6500 feet, temperature 31, dew point 17, altimeter 29.95, density altitude 1900 feet.
Do we have any rain currently on the ground?
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, no rain currently reported on the ground at Orlando Sanford.
Alright. Bryson, what'd you hit over there? Look what you did to my airplane. What are you hitting on the tablet, buddy? Alright, there we go. We're back to normal view. There we go.
Descend and maintain 3,000. Descend and maintain 3,000. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey.
We are not doing. We still got 19 minutes until descent. We are not ready for descent. We still got 19 minutes.
All right, John. I'll let ATC know.
Atlanta Center, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. We can't descend right now. We need to hold our current altitude for another 19 minutes.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Maintain flight level 350 for now. Advise when ready to descend.
Maintaining flight level 350. Will advise when ready to descend.
You know, I don't know why it is. I don't know why it is always wanting me to do a descent early like that. I don't. It just don't make sense to me. Why can it not follow what our flight plan tells us? I mean, so now with me turning on the landing gear inhibit, flaps inhibit, we shouldn't hear some of them alarms go off. I don't even think it'll tell us if we put down the landing gear or raise it. Let's see what it says. Well, yeah, it does. It just won't, it just won't set off the alarm, that's all. Let's see what it does with flaps.
Gear down. Gear up.
No.
Gear down. Gear up. Gear down.
Stupid thing.
Gear up.
Alright, we're good. I don't like doing descent early because it just throws me off with the flight plan. You're still at church, Brandon? At this time? It's 4:40. I figured you'd be home by now.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Contact Jacksonville Center on 125.75.
Contacting Jacksonville Center on 125.75. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey.
Brandon Armstrong. No, I'm not at church, I'm at home.
Oh, I thought you were still gone because you said you was going to let me know when you got home, but you never said nothing. So I didn't know. Either way, it don't matter. Either way, I was just curious.
Jacksonville Center, Allegiant
Does
Niner
not
Delta
matter.
Whiskey. Evening, maintaining flight level 350. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey.
All right, 15 minutes till descent.
Good evening.
Brandon Armstrong. I didn't want to interrupt the stream while you were doing that tutorial. I got caught up in listening to it.
Oh, you're good, dude. What is that about? Oh, hold on. There we go.
LNAV on.
LNAV kicked off because there was a discontinuity that I didn't catch. But we're good. Guys, this is wild, but check this out. Okay, so the heading that we're flying right now is 159. All the way to our runway. So 159, basically we are going southeast. Yeah.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey, Jacksonville Center. Turn left heading 120. Left heading 120, Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey.
Now, why would I do that? See, that's what I'm saying. They don't stick to the flight plan at all. Why would I turn to 120? Let me tell you my headings for all these waypoints, all the way up to the runway, okay? 154, which is like southeast. The next, the second waypoint, 161 degrees. We're still pretty much going southeast. And then it goes to Shrek. So I could. Anyway, my point is, all the way to our runway, we're pretty much going southeast. All the way up until we get to where we got to make our turn to land, which is a heading of 95, I believe. Yeah, 096. So that's basically east. Because 90 degrees is east. So we're pretty much going southeast, very slowly, very gently. And then it's going to turn us to the east for the final approach. It's a beautiful, beautiful setup. Why it would want me to go to 120, I have no idea. That just, I don't get that. Because then that's going to throw all, no, we're not doing that. "78 miles, Bryson. Pay attention. We got 9 minutes, Bryson. I see what you're doing over there. I see that smirk on your face, boy. Uh-huh. Bryson, look up. Look up. Bryson, look up here. No, Bryson, look the other way. Now look up. Do you see me? Oh, hold on. Stupid phone. I hate this phone. Call Lois Hughes.
Lois. It me John, he's watched TV LOL.
Oh, okay. Alright, let me see something. Open Facebook. I don't know what's going on with the phone. So freaking stupid.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Turn left heading 120. Turning.
Negative, we can't do that. We need to stick to our flight plan if all possible.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Maintain current flight plan as requested. Maintaining current flight plan as requested. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
So glad that you was able to find your dogs, period. It's never any fun to lose your animals, especially your dogs and things like that, period. That's your family. So glad you found them.
Thank you. Boost button.
Delta Whiskey. Turn left heading 115. Turning left heading 115. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
Approaching top of descent.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Turn left heading 105.
Negative. We're following our original flight plan route. Unable to apply.
Turning left heading 105. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
I don't know why you told her that. No, we're not. We're sticking to the flight plan.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Maintain your current flight plan route as requested.
Yep, we're sticking to the flight plan as requested by ATC.
Maintaining
I
current
followed the original flight
route.
plan as
Allegiant
per your
9er
earlier
Delta Whiskey.
request. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Yeah, it's ATC not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They keep telling us to do different terms when we can't do that. They'll eventually get to the picture, huh?
Yeah, it can be frustrating when they keep changing things. We'll stick to our plan for now.
Yeah, I don't think they understand the type of job we have up here, do they?
They definitely have a different perspective, John. Let's just keep focused on our flight plan.
Well, maybe they're the ones that need to take a number. You think? All right, we're getting ready to start our descent,
Yeah,
folks.
maybe they do, John.
I love you. I love this AI stuff. Here we go.
Thanks, John. Let's focus on getting us safely to Orlando.
Drag is required.
Speed brake armed. Speed brake armed.
Delta Whiskey. Turn left heading 095.
Did you not hear what I told you earlier? We are unable to do as you're requesting. We are going to stick with the original flight plan. Take a note.
Turning left heading 095. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
No, we're not. Negative.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Understood. Maintain your original flight plan as requested.
Got it, John.
If you understand, why do you keep asking us to turn?
Jacksonville Center. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. We are adhering to our original flight plan as previously communicated. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey understood. Maintaining original flight plan as requested. No further turns will be requested unless necessary. Maintaining original flight plan as requested. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Maintaining original flight plan. No further turns unless necessary. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey.
We got a flying monkey at our 9 o'clock.
I'll let ATC know about the flying monkey at our 0900.
No! I was joking.
Gotcha, John. Let's keep focused on the flight.
We got a flying monkey at 9 o'clock and we got a oversized elephant at 3 o'clock.
Got it, John. Let's keep focused on our flight paths.
Can we get 2 cups of coffee up here? We'll take them black as black can get.
Sure thing, Captain. I'll bring up 2 cups of black coffee right away.
Just a cruising in this 800. Oh, yeah, we are.
Niner Delta Whiskey, turn left heading 090. Left heading 090.
No,
Allegiant
let
Niner
them
Delta
know
Whiskey.
that we are
I
unable
won't
to
drink
turn,
coffee
that we
black.
are sticking with our normal flight plan. Please let them know. You will on this plane. That's all you get when you fly on,
I'll let them know
on
we're
this
sticking to our
airplane.
flight plan.
Black coffee for Brandon. Will you take a note that anytime Brandon's on the airplane, he only gets black coffee with low sugar?
Sure thing, Captain. I'll make a note that Brandon only gets black coffee with low sugar whenever he's on board.
Jacksonville Center, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. We can't comply with the turn. Sticking to our current flight plan. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, maintain your current flight plan as requested. Maintaining current flight plan as requested. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey.
Transition altitude. Checked.
Lois, you're going to be doing this flying here soon.
Brandon Armstrong. You can take that coffee yourself, LOL.
Brandon said he loves black coffee with the diabetic sweetener. And he likes green olives on top.
Got it, Captain.
There
I'll
you go,
make sure
Brandon.
gets
I got
black
you hooked
coffee
up.
with the diabetic sweetener and green olives on top. Thanks for letting me know.
That sounds disgusting. No, I'm just kidding. He don't like olives in his coffee. Only black with low sugar.
Got it, Captain. I'll make sure Brandon gets his black coffee with low sugar, no olives. Thanks for the clarification.
We better
Brandon
start.
Armstrong.
We better start slowing this
Yeah.
guy down. Yeah, it sounds horrible.
Speed brake arm.
Got to slow his boat down. We're going 320 knots. This plane, I will say, is much faster. Like, it definitely is. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't want to say it's faster, but it's not. I don't know how to explain that to you guys, but we're just a cruising. Oh man, we're just a Lois, where are you at? I've not heard a peep out of Lois.
Delta Whiskey. Contact Orlando approach on 119.775.
Lois, where'd you go? Lois, don't you know? Lois, where'd you go? Brandon's in the cereal bowl. Oh. Brandon ate the cereal bowl. Oh.
Delta Whiskey, turn left heading 085.
Let them know we are unable to make turns. We're following the headings and flight plan as we did
I'm
before.
here, listen.
I'm gonna slap this ATC, man.
I've informed Orlando Approach that we're unable to make the turn and are maintaining our current heading.
It's freaking annoying, man.
Orlando Approach, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. We can't comply with the turn instructions. We'll maintain our current heading and stick to the original flight plan.
Man, what we gotta do, write it down for him?
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey.
And then she says we're turning when we're not.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, Orlando Approach. Expect the ILS runway 9er left approach into Sanford.
Expecting the ILS runway 9er left approach.
Allegiant Airlines, I've got a quick question for you, sir.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, contact Jacksonville approach on 118.6.
Jacksonville approach with you, crossing 10,000. Oh, she does that. That's right.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, Jacksonville approach. Good evening, Sanford altimeter 29.904.
Contacting Jacksonville approach on 118.6. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Jacksonville approach, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, evening maintaining 10,000 feet.
No, we're not maintaining. Oh, well, yeah, I guess we kind of are. Alright, folks.
Flaps 1. Passing 10,000 feet.
We are 41 miles from the runway. I wanna fly like an eagle, spread my wings and fly high. Fly, 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 I want to fly, 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 fly. How's the view, Lois? Do you need me to zoom it in for you, or is it good where it's at? I can zoom it in more if you need me to. You just let me know, Lois.
Delta Whiskey, turn left heading 080.
Hey folks, just a quick update as we start our descent into Orlando.
Left heading 080.
Please return to your seats,
Allegiant
stow
Niner
your
Delta
tables,
Whiskey.
and fasten your seatbelts.
Flaps
The use of lavatories
Negative.
is no longer
We're
permitted
not
at this time.
turning.
Thanks for your cooperation, and we'll be on the ground shortly.
Understood, John.
Let
I'll
them know
we're
that
maintaining
we're
our
going to
current
need
heading.
to speak to a supervisor due to them not listening to our requests over and over.
I'll let them know about your request to speak to a supervisor.
not you, I'd be telling them they need to get their stuff together.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Could you connect us with a supervisor?
Yeah, it can be
as
frustrating
our repeated
sometimes.
requests have not been
Let's just keep
acknowledged.
focused on our flight.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, I'll connect you with a supervisor. Please hold.
Brandon Armstrong.
Are they getting the supervisor?
Better yet, why can't say intentions fix that problem?
Yeah, they're connecting us with a supervisor
I don't know
now.
if they need to. It's annoying, dude. Alright, we're gonna level this at 205 knots.
Lois.
Allegiant Niner
Here.
Delta Whiskey, proceed direct Ujima, descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway, Niner left approach.
Proceed direct Ugma. Descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 9 left approach. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey.
Fix something real quick, but we got it. If you guys have noticed, it's not doing the bang.
Flaps 10. Glide slope alive. Niner Delta Whiskey, contact Sanford Tower on 120.3.
Switching to Sanford Tower on 120.3, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey.
Let them know we are going to be landing as planned, but we do have an engine that has went out. We really don't, guys. I just want to see what she said for the emergencies.
I'll inform Sanford Tower about the engine issue and that we're landing as planned.
Sanford Tower, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Sanford Tower, we've lost an engine, but we'll proceed to land on runway 9er left as planned.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey, Sanford Tower, 215 at 6, runway 9er left, cleared to land. Emergency services are standing by.
Runway 9er left, cleared to land. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey.
Flaps 15.
It still beeps. It's not supposed to.
Gear down. Command B on. Flaps 25. Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Why is it not letting me,
Flaps 40.
That's weird. They ain't letting me hit the approach at all.
Watch your airspeed. Watch your airspeed. Landing checklist. Engine start switches. Continuous. Speed brake. Speed brake armed. Landing gear. Down. Flaps.
That's weird.
Sit. Cabin crew. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Notified.
I mean, we look.
Landing checklist completed.
We're good. But I don't understand it.
$500. $400.
Come on, baby.
$300.
Watch your airspeed. Minimums.
Come on, baby.
100.
You got this. Come on.
50.
Auto throttle.
30. Approaching minimums. 10.
Manual braking. Speed brake out. Reverse thrust.
Wow, that was nice, dude.
Lois. Good landing.
knots.
Wow.
Initiating after landing checks.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, welcome to Sanford. Contact ground on 121.35.
What do you see,
Randy
Lois?
Armstrong. That was a good landing.
Switching to ground on 121.35, Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
Alright, we're gonna let AI park us.
Sanford ground, Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Evening. We're clear of runway 9er left and ready to taxi to the gate.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, Sanford ground. Taxi to Park 19er via B10. Bravo, cross
Hey
runway
folks,
18.
welcome to
Then Romeo,
Orlando.
cross runway
That
27
was
right
an
at your
excellent
discretion.
landing by
Good
Captain
day.
John and First Officer JD. The local time is 6:24 p.m. The
Okay,
weather here is a
let's
warm
see.
21 degrees
Romeo,
Celsius.
cross runway
Clear skies.
27 right at our
Perfect
discretion.
for enjoying
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey.
Did you know
let's-
Orlando is home to more than 100 lakes? It's also known for its amazing theme parks and vibrant nightlife.
Let's
Please
see how
remain seated
AI
until
does
we
with
reach our
parking
final
us.
parking position. On behalf of Captain John, First Officer JD, and myself, Emma, thank you for flying with us. We hope you have a fantastic stay in Orlando.
Why is the wiper? Is the wipers on? I turned those off. Now they're off. No idea what that was, but it went flying past us. Zoom. Good flight. Lois, I don't know if you noticed, this is a different airplane. This is the 800. I still like the 600. I don't know why. It didn't say nothing about, I don't know. It's weird. The approach just went quiet. It didn't say it did auto land, which I don't think it did. I don't know. It's weird. think we're still taxiing, guys. Yeah, we're still moving.
Lois. BRB awesome landing.
Okay, Lois. Check that out. That is so cool. Why is it beeping? Alright, anyway, hold on. Let me go here, here, here. This is a different view. It's really weird. I can't, like, I don't have any, oh, that's weird. Okay, we're not supposed to, it's supposed to be cold and dark. But yet, well, it is now. Okay. There we go. Oh, I'm trying to do something here. I don't know how Andy said he could click stuff with the mouse on that flight back and do stuff, but it don't do nothing. Now we did the test flight with the 800. We're gonna see if we can do a flight. Well, I'm probably gonna go back to 600 for my job. So we'll go here. And we'll go here. And we are going to KG KGRR. I'm just getting the flight plan out of the way real quick.
Brandon Armstrong. When will we finish the flight to London from Iceland?
I'm not sure yet. I got to get some of these flights for my work out of the way, for my work thing that I'm doing. But it'd be sometime tonight. We'll probably head out and do one. Just not quite yet. All right, cost index is 6. This one's 960 miles. Average wind 236 at 80. ZFW 103,405 pounds. Fuel 17,100. Brandon's gonna pay for fuel again tonight, guys, so be sure to thank him. So very kind to him to do that for us. Okay. So I've got the flight plan down now. What I'm going to do, we'll close that. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, guys. Give me probably 6:45, so about 15-20
Brandon
minutes.
Armstrong.
I'll be reconnecting.
Poor Casey isn't feeling well today. It
Yeah.
sounded like his voice was going out this morning because he's getting a cold, I think.
Yeah, I hope he gets better. I'll have to send him a message. But about 15-20 minutes, I'll reconnect you guys. I gotta take care of a couple things, and then I'll be back. So, yeah, because I got some stuff that, when I reconnect Brandon, I'll have you connect with me on the server for about 20 minutes. Some stuff sort of off topic,